If you're overwhelmed daily, this video is for you. If you're always in a rush, this video is also for you. There are a lot of ways to be less anxious, and most of them come from a place of mindfulness and psychology. And even though I 100% believe in this and support this, I feel like people often overlook more practical tips. So while this video will briefly touch on the topic of mindfulness, I heavily emphasize the practical part because it's something that you can use today. I've been overwhelmed many times throughout my life, and getting out of this hamster wheel comes down to two things: prioritization and optimization. So you either need to sacrifice some things or you need to make those things take less time. First, I want to talk about things that you need to cut out completely, or at least as much as possible. And the biggest one of those things is overthinking. I define overthinking as something that you are unable to fix. Usually it's thoughts about something that happened before, so it's regret, or about something that you dread might happen in the future, so it's worry. To minimize the amount of overthinking in your life, you need to start noticing when you regret something or worry about something. And it's not that easy at first because these thoughts pop out automatically. And this is why every psychologist and coach in the world can't stop talking about mindfulness. Basically, mindfulness is staying present. It's thinking about what's going on for you right now, so that you don't have any way to think about past or think about the future. So it is the remedy for overthinking. Mindfulness is like a skill. The more you practice it, the better you become at it. I recommend looking at body scan meditation. To briefly explain, you focus on different parts of your body, one part at a time, and you notice how it feels. The temperature, the texture you feel, the tension, maybe the tingling. And you should not try to change anything about it. This should train your muscle of noticing, so you can later transfer this skill to notice the unwanted thoughts. And when you started actually noticing when you're overthinking, you need to start giving it a name, like saying out loud something like, "This is a future me problem, I'm not gonna think about it right now." Or, "This already happened and I cannot change it, so why bother thinking about it right now?" To go further in the process of cutting out stuff that you don't need, you have to think about what you do need. This is when you start creating the system of values. The values will help you define your goals, that will help you see what you need to do right now to reach your long-term milestones. Values can change over time, so don't get too hung up about it. Just pick something that will be important for you in the next year and go with it. To help you, I created a list of journaling prompts so you can pause and screenshot it for later. I don't know if it's just me, but I tend to commit to things that are not really that important to me, like Duolingo, for example. Don't get me wrong, learning languages is cool, but Duolingo can quickly turn into a competition where you just try to get as much XP as possible, and it has really nothing to do with actually learning the language. So I'm talking about additional work or study commitments that sound good on paper, but actually do not align with your goals and values. Sometimes the commitments we hold to other people are unnecessary, but that's a talk for a whole nother video. So the process is simple. You need to first write down everything that you have on your plate right now. This will likely be your work, your studying, your chores, your sports, your hobbies, and the ways you socialize. Then you need to arrange these things on Eisenhower Matrix. For those of you who don't know, it's a time management tool that helps you prioritize your tasks based on urgency and importance. It has 4 quadrants. First one is urgent and important. These are the things that you need to do first. Second one is important and not urgent. These are the things that you need to plan for because they tend to just slip out of your attention, and you need to keep your focus on them because they bring the most to your life long term. Third quadrant is urgent but not important. These are the things that need to be delegated if possible. And the fourth quadrant is something that is not important and not urgent. So this is rubbish, and it's kind of a luxury for a future when you have more time and more resources. As I said, coming out of the hamster wheel takes prioritization and optimization, and Eisenhower Matrix helps with both. I love productivity tips. I do, but it took me too long to realize that a lot of them do not work for me. And some of them made me even lazier, to be honest. And the tricky thing about them is when you commit to them, giving them up feels like failure. So my advice to you is the moment a habit tracker or a journal starts making your day harder, just drop it. I know that sometimes you need to get used to a system for it to work, so give it a day or two, but if it just makes you struggle more, then it defeats the purpose. So stick to systems that work naturally for you. I, for example, tried Google Sheets and Notion trackers, but over time, filling them up became a chore. Now I just dump all of my tasks in the messenger I use daily. I never skip or lose any information because this messenger is such a core part of my life that I cannot possibly ignore it. I stuck to it because usually when I need to save some sort of information very fast, I use this messenger anyways, so it comes naturally to me. What I'm trying to say is observe your habits to see what productivity system will work for you. So what I'm trying to say is observe your habits to see what will work naturally for you. And the last thing, I hate to break it to you, but actually good sleep, exercise, and sun exposure helps your mental health. I know that it's super hard to make yourself exercise when you are depressed or anxious, but just like with the productivity systems, try to find the type of movement that will fit seamlessly in your existing routine. Maybe walk instead of taking a bus, or dance in the morning while you're getting ready, or buy a stepper and use it while watching your favorite TV show. Make small changes. Replace your before bed scrolling with reading. Set up a little corner of your nightstand for a Kindle. Replace soda with water. Stop consuming caffeine. All I'm trying to say is don't try to change your life 180 degrees. This type of change is really hard to maintain, and when you are anxious, you already have too little energy to actually do it. So that's it for today. I hope it will help with your anxiety at least a little bit. As I said in my first video, I'm really open to chat, so you can DM me on Instagram. If you watch this all the way through, leave a train emoji in the comments. It will make me super happy. Okay, bye bye.